The morning air in Paris smelled of coffee and fresh bread. John crossed the Seine River with a small map in his hand. The Eiffel Tower shimmered faintly in the distance. Another dream city, he whispered. He turned a corner and saw a green building covered in ivy. Above the door, the sign read, Shakespeare and Company. Finally, John said softly, the bookstore of legends. Inside, the air was warm and filled with the smell of old pages. Wooden shelves leaned under the weight of thousands of books. A black cat slept on top of a stack of novels. Bonjour, said the shopkeeper, smiling behind her glasses. Bonjour, John replied. It feels like home already. Then you must stay a while, she said. Time moves slower here. He wandered between the narrow aisles, touching book spines. Hemingway, Joyce, Fitzgerald, he whispered. They all read here, said the shopkeeper. Some even slept here. Slept? John laughed. That's commitment to literature. Writers trade their stories for shelter, she explained. It's tradition. That's the best kind of currency, John said. He found a small reading room upstairs with a piano in the corner. A sign above the door read, Be not inhospitable to strangers, lest they be angels in disguise. John smiled. This place speaks poetry. A young traveler was reading aloud, softly from a French novel. May I listen? John asked. Of course, she said. It's Le Petit Prince. The words were familiar, about stars, friendship, and love. I read that when I was a kid, John said. It still hurts beautifully. Good books never end, she said. They just rest inside you. John nodded, like songs we don't forget. They talked quietly about their favorite writers. Books are travelers too, she said. They cross borders without passports. And they never need translation to touch hearts, John added. The shop bell rang as a new visitor entered. A man with a guitar sat by the window and began to play softly. The music mixed with the rustle of pages. It feels like the world is reading together, John said. Maybe it is, she smiled. One chapter at a time. John bought a small book of poetry by Pablo Neruda. Would you like a stamp? Asked the shopkeeper. She opened the book and stamped the first page. Shakespeare and Company, Paris. Now it's official, she said. The book has a home. And so do I, John said quietly. He stepped outside into the golden afternoon light. Across the street, Notre Dame Cathedral stood proudly. Bells rang, echoing across the river. John sat on a bench, opened his new book, and began to read. A pigeon landed beside him, pecking at a crumb of croissant. Even you enjoy Paris, John said, laughing. He underlined a line in the poem. You can cut all the flowers, but you cannot keep spring from coming. Hope always returns, he whispered. A breeze turned the pages gently. This city, he thought, teaches through beauty, not lectures. He looked across the river at the people walking, laughing, and loving. Books connect us, he wrote in his journal, even when we never meet. Every reader continues the writer's dream. He closed the book and placed it on his lap. The cover still smelled of paper and possibility. Mercy, Paris, he whispered, for reminding me that stories never die. The sun dipped low, painting the sky orange and pink. His 88th bucket list dream had come true. One page at a time,